Behind every business success is a near-death story. Doesn't matter if someone has become a billionaire or a millionaire, we all go through the same stuff as founders. And one good example of this would be Disney. When you think about Walt Disney, when he first came out with Mickey Mouse, it was rejected so many times. I believe it was rejected over and over and over, and he was told that it wouldn't amount to anything. The main thing for him is that he kept with it. Eventually, well, the whole Disney brand became a thing, but it still wasn't all smooth sailing from there, because even till Walt Disney himself passed away, 1966, in the 80s or so, Disney was actually in big trouble. They were close to death, and it wasn't until they actually took a shot on making more movie production where things started to happen for them. And most people don't know this either, but the whole concept of Disneyland, those were really hard to get into place because there were a lot of people that are pushing back. They're like, why would you spend all this money here? Like, this isn't going to amount to much. And Walt Disney decided to push through on the plans for this, even when he was getting older, when he was getting sicker. And you look at Disney World, Disneyland nowadays, all the kids want to go there. I remember my days going to Disneyland, and those are fond memories. The fact that they've expanded internationally too, into China, into Japan as well, just all over the world. So the main thing here is that Walt Disney himself, he looked death in the eye multiple times and continued to persevere. And so it takes a certain type of mindset to be okay with the struggle, to understand that the struggle is part of the journey, and how you ultimately deal with it is what defines who you are as an entrepreneur and defines what type of results you end up getting at the end of the day. The second one would be McDonald's. If you haven't seen the movie The Founder, most people don't know this, but the first restaurant that the original founders of McDonald's created was actually in my hometown of Arcadia, California. It wasn't until later they expanded the McDonald's franchise into San Bernardino, and that's when Ray Kroc, who was a struggling salesman doing a lot of different odd jobs, he was selling a lot of different things, he saw the potential of the McDonald's franchise, found a way to partner in, asked to franchise it, and then eventually made it into a real estate play and created a process where a lot of the creation of the food, the whole operation was really streamlined. But he struggled well into his 50s before he stumbled upon McDonald's opportunity. He put a lot of work into it, and that's when he learned how to become a shrewd businessman. By the way, talking about business people, I love hanging out with business people. High performers like hanging out with high performers. Performers such as these Disney or Ray Kroc, whoever you are, the air gets a lot thinner as you rise higher. And so that's why I created a Leveling Up Founders, a mastermind, which is for 7 all the way up to 9-figure founders. And we meet twice a year, one in Miami, one in Beverly Hills. We have great conversations, great food, great people, and what ultimately ends up happening is magic happens from that, right? So you can go to levelingup.com/founders if you want to learn more. You can just go there to apply if you're interested. The other piece I wanted to leave y'all with is the ad agency that I have, Single Grain. We had many near-death experiences as well. In fact, in the very beginning, when I first took over the business, it was actually about to die. The 4 other partners wanted out. I decided to stay in, but I actually made the company go from bad to worse, all the way to the point where we dropped all the way down to 1 employee, and my outside accounting firm called me and asked if I was willing to shut it down. And at that point, I had accepted a job offer to move to Dallas, and it was a very high-paying job. And it was at that very moment reminded me that once you get a taste of entrepreneurship, once you got that taste of freedom, you can never really go back. There's nothing wrong with working for someone else. It's just I got that taste. For me, it wasn't the right fit to go back. That near-death experience was that lesson, and from there, locking in and focusing, was able to turn around with the help of a lot of great people on the team. And Winston Churchill says, if you're going through hell, keep going, because it's part of the journey. If you're gonna give up, well, that's fine. You just don't get to go to the next level. Michael Jordan would be another one, because even though he's widely considered the GOAT, he is considered to be the best basketball player ever. Won 6 championships with the Chicago Bulls. But most people don't know this. He didn't make his varsity team when he was a freshman in high school. He has had multiple business failures. One good example would be when he was with the Washington Wizards and he was in the front office. He decided to suit up again and to come back and play, help save things, right? But that didn't work out for him, and eventually he kind of left his post there. But he's recovered. He's done a lot of great deals, such as the Air Jordan deal, and now he's working on selling his stake in the Charlotte Bobcats, and he's a billionaire, but he had to fight his way to get there. Another good example would be Magic Johnson. So he used to play for the Lakers, won 5 championships, and he had the Magic Johnson theaters. That didn't work out for him. He's built out Magic Johnson coffee shops too. That didn't work out either. And so that's okay, but he's continued to move on. He's done a whole lot of other things where he learned from those lessons. He built on those lessons, which then allowed him to build into the successes that he has right now. So he's got a stake in the Dodgers, and he's trying to invest into other sports teams as well. He's close to the Lakers still. Oprah would be another example. Back in the day, she was one of the first African-American anchors. She started her own show. She's had a lot of investments that didn't work out in the past, but she just continued to compound. She's made a whole host of investments, and she's even operated businesses, but same deal. Like, you're never going to hit 100% for all the things that you're doing. There will be failures, and that is okay. Those aren't really losses at the end of the day. They're only lessons. And even if the business fails completely, you still learn from it. Tom Brady would be another one. This guy played in college and fell all the way to the 6th round, but he learned how to persevere from that. And now he's done with his NFL career, but his business career is next. And so those are a couple examples. I'm actually keen to see what you have in the comments, who I might have missed. What other favorite business failures would you like to share? Or maybe it's something that maybe you failed at that you're comfortable with sharing. Let me know in the comments below. And check out this video over here on why I pay over $25K to go to events like TED. It's well worth it if you are into learning about other founders. So that is it for today, and we'll catch you later.